So we are ready. Again, like as we did yesterday, me and Max, we are gonna go through your best tweets, or like the tweets that are more interesting to us, and try to give you some answers. So today, let's read some tweets that arrived. We are watching you. Stop yawning and grumbling. Well, guys, we're working hard.
I don't know. That wasn't me, so it's not. No, I guess like after a time you forget that somebody's constantly watching you, and then you just do stuff you would normally do, right?
Yeah. But that's what the reality is. So
exactly.
if we weren't yawning, it would be boring for you to watch. So that's why we're yawning and grumbling. And second tweet, if I keep the page open, will the stream load automatically, or should I keep refreshing?
Well, there's a button on the left. I think it says live, and it can either be dimmed out or not dimmed out. And you have you have the highlights of the show below, and they're in reverse chronological order right now, I think. And so once you click on those, you obviously the video switches to the highlights. But if you want to get back to it, you don't have to refresh the page. You can just click on the live button on the left.
Okay.
So that's
and like linked to this question, is there any way to watch the stream with a QuickTime player? I don't think so.
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, no.
I don't think so, yeah. Any chance to buy Aaron's cowboy hat? Well, we must ask him. That can be a question.
I say yes.
tonight.
It just depends on how much you offer.
Yeah. And why not using his hat as an icon for the website? Well, yeah, that's another proposal that we can do. The two design guys here. So we should
I guess
I think we'll figure out something.
yeah, actually, we could do the hat because right now the icon is a Wikimedia, and you have one of the eyes is a pin, like in a map. You know, like what you would stick in a map. We can use the hat to put on a pin.
Okay, another one. I love that page. Can I use it for my next app? Yeah. They are referring to you.
Yes, that's like one of the mock-ups. I uploaded a stencil mock-up just with an iPhone view and some like branding stuff. And I mean, we don't care if it's in the repository. You can use it.
The stencil. I mean, obviously you can't make an app that looks identically like that view, probably.
Well, no, but I think they were asking about the white one, where there's no view, where there's just the iPhone.
You mean just like a template?
Exactly, it's just a template, and that's fine. And we don't go ahead.
Yeah. And what else? Wondering how it looks like outside the live studio. It's supposed to be in Venice after all. Gives an idea of the surroundings. Well, we are in Venice, but we are in the countryside near Venice, so the lagoon here starts. So it's not probably the Venice you imagine. Anyway, yesterday I went out with Jim to do an interview. I had a walk with him, and unfortunately we couldn't be live, so we are editing it, and possibly we will be online with this short interview with Jim, either today or tomorrow, so you will see some of the surroundings. Good morning. I look forward to checking progress. When does someone get voted off?
When does somebody get what? Oh, no.
It will create much more drama, but we need everybody to work until the end of the week, because otherwise, I mean, it's already a hard task to perform. So there is no one is gonna be voted off. And another tweet. Can we see an instant replay of that search interface discussion? Okay, that's interesting. There is online one like highlight about that design discussion, but in the meanwhile, at the end, Max progressed, so they can probably show us.
Well, the progress wasn't mine.
Okay.
The developers
actually
made
David's.
Okay,
David's progress.
Yeah.
So we can actually we have a live preview of it now. So it's still buggy, but we can show it and why it was difficult.
Sure.
Or just different to implement.
I think Eddie
Do you want to do it? Do we want to do it here?
Yeah.
Are you switched on, David?
Do you want to
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure, I'll do
you
it.
did it, man.
All right, so I'm gonna close this. All right, so we talked a lot about the browse view. Are you able to see that? Is that clear now? Okay, so I'm not working on the cells specifically. Steve is working on those, but what we discovered was that the browse view is going to be more difficult than we initially thought because searching is a little complicated. We wanted people to be able to browse. There's sort of an initial view, an initial state where it comes in like this and it's just kind of chronological. That's easy. Then when it comes time to search, we wanted some more options. Okay, so there you go. So now this still looks standard. You could do a text-based search, so you could type it in and you could narrow it in like that. And when you press date, a lot happens. So this slides up here, this goes down, and immediately the date picker comes up. And so if you then pick the date and you press search, what happens is it says what the search was at the top, and it shows the results down there at the bottom. So now the results aren't kind of sorted how we intend them to be sorted, but this is generally how it works. And then when the time comes, so also notice how the search kind of criteria stays there at the top. And when you're done with it, if you want to go back to how it was originally, you can kind of exit out and it goes back to the full set of results. Or if you wanted to, you could go back up again and enter in a search. So again, to go through that one more time, let's say date, November, press search, bam. And I also had to animate the table view down and insert a view there because that's not a standard thing that you can do with the table view. You can't just put something at the top. There are section headers and then there's a table header, but section headers, that's like what we have with the yesterday there. And so that behaves like that. So we already have one of those, so we couldn't put another. But a table view header, that actually moves with the table. And we didn't want that. We wanted something that stayed at the top. And so that's why we ended up using this here. Yeah. So I don't know if I missed anything.
No, I mean, that sounded like everything.
Yeah, that was more painful than it should have been. Had to do a lot of digging. So now we have to figure out how to get the results to display right when we are doing text-based searches and how that should all be ordered. So pretty soon it's going to be time for a big group discussion because this is going to be a pretty central part of the application.
Like with everybody involved.
Yep.
As many as possible,
I
hopefully
think
everybody.
today, this is going to happen today.
Yeah,
I think we've got to.
We actually want to do it today because us three, we can't decide because it's such a big part of the application. So we have to define a hierarchy of what happens when. So for example, if someone's searching for a user, how do you sort that? And then like within the users that you already sorted, what's the next criteria you want sorted? So it's difficult, but I guess we should do it as quickly as possible.
Okay. So the meeting is happening, we will be following it. And then we have 2 more live contents planned, which is like probably Steve is going to show us some application on the big iPhone. And then we'll have for sure like a recap meeting with Aaron at the end of the day. But yeah, let's wait for the moment because if this big meeting is happening, we will be following it.